Hello, guys, and welcome to the Footy Bets for round 20. We're here with Jono. We're going to go through the round 19 stuff. But yeah, how are you, Jono?
Yeah, good, mate. Good.
Nice.
We came off a banger of a weekend last week, and what did we go?
Oh, yeah,
Five,
huge.
five and nine, six, five,
I
five.
don't know, but there was a point where we were pretty good because we ended last week really well, and then we had a really good Saturday and Sunday, which was fantastic. But just to quickly recap, that's a good thing to mention to start off. So we are 686 weekly profit for that. But there was a really good comment in the YouTube section last week from Supercoach Edge recommending that we maybe separate the profit and the bonus bet profit because, maybe some people don't get the same bonus bets that I do, or, well, most people have it, or they can be capped, or there's another, it's really good to show new people the difference between like sort of the bet winnings and the bonus bet, because when we break it down, this is the round betting profit, 413. That's if you don't do any bonus bets. And then when you add on the bonus bets, it's an extra almost $300. Like, the bonus bets are crazy, right? And I'm pretty sure that's just from 2 bonus bets. So the bonus bets have carried a lot of weight to the profit and loss total. I'm not going to do a total profit and loss on original bets and profit and bonus bets because it's round 20 and I'm not going to dig through 20 rounds and split it all. But also, on surface level, it's actually quite good to include the bonus bets in the total profit and loss for the video, because you should be capitalizing off the bonus bets. And 2, it's kind of good. It helps, I'm just going to pull back the curtain a bit. It helps raise the profit and loss because if you're betting like $50 on every game, yeah, it's good. You can make a profit, but also to really sort of help is to change the value, know when to pull back, know when to bet harder. So it helps. It helps the total figure, and it helps break down for new people how good the bonus bets are. So I think it's a great incentive. So we might keep this going forward.
Yep, sounds good.
Anyway, with that little spiel, let's get on to the misses, the hits and misses for the round. So we're up to like $3,500. That's crazy.
We had some doozy misses this week.
So. there's not many misses this week. So let's go to the first one. And Essendon versus GWS. This one was super annoying because Archie Roberts was on 11 at halftime and he had a posse up his sleeve. So he had a posse that he got, I think it was in the second quarter. It's now like almost 2 weeks ago, or a week ago. And he got that posse, I think, in the last quarter. They accredited it to him, but it didn't really matter because he just went absolutely missing in the second half. So I was bummed about that.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jordan Ridley was fine. He's now injured. Dersma didn't play because he's injured. Callahan.
Well, we called Dersma on the wings. The wingman against GWS is a free. That seems to be a trend now.
That one was a great tip. So very happy went through that. It's just annoying Archie Roberts didn't see much of it, especially when they were just getting absolutely thumped in the back line. And then quickly looking at the moment, they versed Doggies last night and he got 26 posies and they got thumped. So it's like we just got him on a shit week. So
just on the, well, I know we're not reviewing that game, but the Bailey Williams, he was a wingman last night. Wasn't he on 10 touches at quarter time against GW?
Oh yeah,
against Essendon, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm thinking of different games.
Yeah, no, that one was very good. Anyway, moving on. So we missed that one. You can see Archie Roberts game 1 and game 2.
Sam Darcy.
The Thursday and Friday nights to start the week. Oh man, it's so devastating just losing the first couple, but we make up for it later. But talking about this game, Sam Darcy, there's a good little stat actually. So this one was a great one on Footy Classified on Monday night. Look at Sam Darcy's posies in the first half over his last month and a bit. All 70 to 85% are in the first half. In that Brisbane game, less than 40% of his posies were in the first half. Not the first half, the forward half, right? So he was played up the ground a lot, was marking him 100 meters away from goal, which was like super frustrating because the one time I bet on Sam Darcy for 2 goals, he's played way out of position. I know he's versing Brisbane. Trust me, I go to Brisbane Lions game every week, or every second week, home games, and I have watched key forwards just kick bags on us. There was Cadman, Hogan, Georgiades, even the Essendon boys, and they Caddy kicked 2. So I've watched full forwards dominate Brisbane, and he just was played out of position. So I was super annoyed about that. And I think he kicked like 4 last night anyway. So
no, he kicked 6, but
Oh
he,
God.
and he
He kicked,
one got
he
taken
kicked
off.
6-2.
He kicked 6-2. He dropped a sitter in the second quarter, and then the other one was he got a free kick basically in the last dying minutes of the game, and Riley West took the advantage of him and slotted the goal. So it would have been another one. So
Anyway, so yeah, Riley West, speaking of, he popped up in this game. He kicked 4. I didn't think he was going to be the goal scorer that pops off, but the thing is, there's usually a goal scorer that kicks a bag against Brisbane, and it doesn't matter if they're second on the ladder, it still happens. So, yeah, I was super flat about the Sam Darcy pick. Otherwise, everyone else was fine. Barry, Fletcher is great. Yep, move on, because we've got to get stuff done. Game 3. Here we go. Yep, so we lost game 2, right? We lost the Friday night bet, and as I've just highlighted, I'm going to highlight again. We have the little bonus bet tally over there on the far left. So we do our regular original bet with the bonus bet on top. So, which is fantastic.
Double it up.
Exactly. Double it up. Nothing tricky, nothing crazy. Same legs. Doesn't matter if it's different odds or a different bookie. Just do the same bet. There's no point including extra players, making the bet more convoluted, more risk of failure. It's that simple. Anyway.
Yeah. And the look at the first off the bat, the imp. He looked like well rested, and I was a bit worried when they swung him forward. I think he'd already hit by that point.
I think he already hit, yeah.
He just had a freak game.
Yeah, that was huge. Really, and that game was for half-backers. So I'm pretty sure, I don't have the stats, I had a look, I think every half-backer from that game hit their bracket. Jarman Impey, Carl Amon, Josh Battle.
Ambrosio was our only worry in this game.
Yeah, well, yeah, because all the half-backers were popping off. Burgoyne had like his most posy game. Kane Farrell smashed it. And you're right, D'Ambrosio had a quiet one, but it wasn't really the game for wingers because it was going from one end to the other in that crazy wind game.
And it was like when it's pissing down and raining and you got it in your back 50, you're not picking it up and trying to hit that short pass to the wingman. It's dump kick down the line.
Exactly. You only sort of got it when it was just heavy stoppages. Yeah. Anyway, so that one, it was game 3. Game 4, bang. Here we go. Another one on the Saturday. Not much to speak about here. Grundy, All-Australian form. McInerney's been super consistent. Caleb Daniel, he's probably been one of my favourite
I think
bets.
this one we just had in the bag pretty early, didn't we?
Yeah, well, I think, who was cutting it close? I think it was McInerney. Even though he says 22 out of 18, he just, Oh, that one does look pretty safe.
That was a walk, cakewalk.
Yeah, cakewalk for that one. Game 5, Ollie Hollands, super unlucky.
Didn't cost us the perfect Saturday.
This cost us the perfect Saturday, you're right. If Ollie Hollands got 2 more posies, we would have just had a clear run this Saturday. It was almost perfect, but he's been playing a little bit up the wing. Not much, no more than like 40% or something. He's still playing mostly half back. He gets his posies there. Carlton have shit. The footy's in the back line a lot there. He runs hard. He has like a good time on ground. Ollie Hollands, you probably all saw in the YouTube post, bet on him this week because I'm very bullish on him bouncing.
And he came back and he came good for us. So
exactly. So no one to worry about. Every player has a miss every now and then. Game 6. This is the last game of the Saturday night. West Coast Eagles versus Richmond. So our boy Nathan Broad, we've picked him 2 weeks in a row. He is looking. I think we've found our new cash cow, Jono.
Yeah, it might be. There's him and Josh Battle.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Actually been pretty good. Hoppo's fine. Sam Banks hit. Ryan Marrick hit as well. Yeah, not much to talk about this one. I think, more watching the other game at the time.
The only one that, and it's not even, the only guy I wanted to mention is probably Hartley Reid popped. But
I know, yeah. He's gone in the 20 posi bracket, as you'll probably see later.
Don't like him there. I liked him when we could get him for 15.
Yeah, no, he is. You probably saw I picked him up in my draft because I'm like, he is fucking just shot up. I don't want to bet on him yet. But...
Oh, are you little simpy boy?
Anyway, game 7, the first one of the Sunday. Oh yeah, and just so again, reminder. So this one lost by 1 leg. I'm going to emphasize it a lot because it keeps getting brought up in the comments. This one lost by 1 leg. You can see it's got same game cover on Neds. I always recommend Lads and Ladbrokes and Neds. They have great cover. So Ollie Hollands missed. Obviously, I can't put it in the other game on Saturday night because it's happening simultaneously. So we take the bonus bet and we put it on the first game of Sunday. Even though, look, it's in different bookies. One's on Neds, one's on Ladbrokes. It doesn't matter. They're different odds. Oh, actually, and look at that. The odds really blew up. So we did the bet Friday night or something, and you can see it's $3.79 boosted. And then when I did it the Sunday, it's $4.25 not boosted. So not only is it way more, but also don't freak out just because the odds have changed heaps. You've done the research, you've put the time in, you've picked these players. Don't really worry what the market's doing. Unless something crazy's happened and like Rowan Marshall is playing full forward the whole game, or you've heard some crazy news like that. But you've put the work in, so just do it on the same players. There's no need to mix and match.
Probably the call of the week by you in this game was the Max Holmes call.
Oh yeah, the bounce back after the GWS game.
Yeah, and also to not get tagged, and obviously they switched that up. But
well, you know, it was so yeah, I was very bullish on that. They didn't tag him. I think it was for the first quarter and a half, and then
it was game over.
Yeah, and he was on maybe like 16 posies or 17 already. So I'm like, he only needs a couple more, and
doesn't matter.
Yeah, does not matter.
Oh, that in.
And another call. I don't mean to pat myself on the shoulder there too much.
Oh yeah. Go on.
just let me just give me a moment. I'm just going to drink some more bathwater. Anyway, Bailey Smith. That was our first time we didn't bet on him this year, and it was his first miss for 25. So I was more worried he was going to get the tag. He didn't, but even still, he had a miss. So when someone's gone super consistent for so long, they're bound to have a down game.
I actually think I'm a bit worried about his form the last 2 games, though.
I think he had a good last quarter, so he came home strong, and he's versing...
but such a null opposition, like, I don't know.
Anyway, he's versing North this week, so he should have a good one. Anyway, this one was fine. Let's move on. Nothing really to talk about. The Sunday night. So, yep.
This was a bona fide miss, yeah.
This one, because Matt Johnson got injured. So you'll see, we've just got Lipinski included. But if we were to drop this down, Matt Johnson is there in our miss column, but it's a little unfair because he was taken off.
He was 2 away, and
he was 2 away with 11 minutes left of the last quarter. So
he did it in the third quarter. Was it last quarter?
It was the steel side bottom 51 where he pushed him.
And you're right. It was the last quarter. Last quarter, but he was going to hit.
I was very confident he was going to hit, so I don't want to...
In fairness, it's probably one miss because if he didn't get injured there, he gets up and takes that kick.
Oh, true. Yeah, he'd be one off. He needs one posi in like 11 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Paddy Lipinski was a genuine miss. So, just unlucky. He was 9 out of 10 at the time. His one miss was by 1 posi, so 13 has been his lowest in a while. So
first game back, and he looked. Yeah, I thought this stunk of a Paddy Lipinski feast game. Looked really good. Still looked really good. Just didn't touch the ball enough.
Yeah, I would have thought so after. I just realized you're wearing plugger hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Anyway, so close loss by Collingwood. And then we were able to go into the Sunday game. Actually, we would have had a bonus bet. I'm just thinking I should have had a bonus bet.
Nah, this is a double. I don't think you would have got it
No, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about a bonus bet for Thursday night's game. But I'll figure that out later. But you're right. This game happened probably halfway through the Sunday game. And it was a great way to finish.
Fucking Noble.
It was, for anyone, the Discord was popping off. Johnny fucking Noble. So this bet was looking like home and hosed at halftime. And it was looking a little bit worrying at the end. It was because John Noble hadn't touched it in so long. Everyone else is pretty much done, got their feet up. John Noble needed 5 posies in the last 11 minutes. Like, I was like, that's not going to happen. I'll watch it anyway.
And I was in the car driving, and you're on the phone to me, and I just heard your voice go 1, 2, 3, 4.
I went back and watched. He got 4 posies in 13 seconds. Do yourself a favor. If you got up on this bet, or if you won because of John Noble anyway, go to the 10-minute and 13-second mark of the fourth quarter, I think it is. He kicks out and then gets a handball receive, and then he kicks and then gets another handball receive, and just like, it's just pure. Oh, that was awesome. That was a great way to end the week.
And then I love that I thought you were about to say, do yourself a favor, log onto the Gold Go website and buy yourself a Johnny Noble jersey.
Yeah, or do that. He's been great for us, Johnny Noble. So
and that was like, to the people in the Discord, that was one of probably the highlights of the weekend, just like, everyone, he's got it.
Yeah, that was crazy. Like, it's so funny because a game like that where Gold Coast are down by like 40 points, to every standard AFL fan, it's like no one's watching it. But when John Noble got those 4 posies, the Discord like ping, 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 like everyone, even myself, I was like, no way.
Yeah, and then also just prior to that, when he fumbled it, and we're all like, oh, are you fucking kidding?
I'm pretty sure he either fumbled it, it was around before or after, but he had like a clean posi on near the out of bounds line, fumbled it, dropped it.
Touches.
Anyway, so he just got there. It was fantastic though.
Yeah, highlight of the weekend.
Highlight of the week. So anyway, this is our PB at the moment, 3,400. So this is fantastic. Hopefully we can keep it rolling. And you good to switch over to the bets for this week?
Yeah, let's jump on in.
Let's go in without any editing. I think we're good to go. Alrighty, our first game of the Saturday, we have the Q Clash, Gold Coast versus Brisbane, down in Gold Coast. I'm not going to this one because it takes fucking too long to get there, but I'll be watching it on TV.
Ooh, fake fan.
Oh, I can't be bothered. It's
fake.
I'll be going the week after. But anyway, so here we've actually gone 5 legs. Bodie Hewland for 12, Zach Bailey 15, Fiorini, Berry for 16, and Fletcher for 18. So I actually like Bodie Hewland for 12 coming off a miss. I think like 10 posies is super fine for Hewland. He is very consistent down back, often goes under the radar, and you've probably seen there's no Dan Rioli. So I think he might get an extra posie or two. Obviously, he's not going to get a lot more because I feel like that might happen to Noble or Jeffrey. But Bodie Hewland has only had 2 misses all year, and one of them is last week. So I'm very happy to jump on him for 12 at that price. Zach Bailey has had the week off. He got that high hit on Nick Haynes 2 weeks ago in the Carlton game. Zach Bailey is usually a player I'm not super bullish on for posies because he's a bit sporadic, a bit of a roller coaster. But this year, he's had one genuine bad miss against Collingwood, round 6, where he got 10 posies. But then after that, his lowest posies have been 13 and 14, so he's been very close. And 9 out of 10, averaging 4.5 more. I think, I've been watching the game. Zach Bailey's in good form at the moment, so really rate that. Fiorini, super consistent, not much more to say. Plays on the wing, hasn't missed 16 all year. Like it. Jared Berry, very similar. I'm pretty sure Berry has not missed 16 all year. Even if what you have to take out his concussion game, Jared Berry hasn't missed 16 all year. So that's been fantastic. And last one to note, just before I hand over to Jono, Jasper Fletcher is probably one of the most improved players for Brisbane Lions. He has only missed, he's missed 18 3 times, but he's really stepped up. He has taken a bit more role at the halfback while Ainsworth has gone down. Just note, and I know this, Bruce Reville has been dropped, and Connor McKenna is back in the side. Connor McKenna will probably play halfback. Sub risk. That's exactly it. So
Connor's going to start sub.
Or it'll be Sam Marshall, but I think it'll be Connor because Sam Marshall was last week and he's played all right. But yeah, so I think Fletcher will be in the back line. At worst, I still think he's a great chance to hit on the wing. And you've got to understand that approach. You've got to think worst case scenario, what's happening with the inclusions? Where will Fletcher play? All right, let's say he does play on the wing for the whole game. I still think he's a great chance for 18. I'm obviously hoping he's in the half back line. But so yeah, the point is I'm covering myself. Yeah. I think he can hit. Anyone I can pass on? You have yapped on for a bit. Anyone you want to sort of speak about?
Probably just Friorini. So we know Took's out now. Took's gone. Fiorini's look really good. He had a slight bump in his CBAs. It's kind of, I think, like it's between Sam Flanders and him are like, well, in fairness, Sam Flanders went down last week.
But he's still got a lot of footy.
Yeah, so I think Fiorini might get that slight boost. He did look really good last week. Humphrey looked horrible. So maybe they'll look at a Fiorini for a little bit more time in there.
Yeah, so I do like Fiorini. I just think maybe there's a slight Brisbane bias just because I watch them more. I watch Berry and Fletcher a lot more. I'm more confident in them hitting. But Fiorini, yeah, very bullish on. I usually don't include that many players under $1.20, but for him, I thought he was pretty safe.
Yeah, I think that Fiorini are like that one a lot. No tag. Oh, we shouldn't see any tags in this game, so I still like it. The midfield's for feast.
Yep.
One thing to keep note is last couple of times these two teams have played, Brisbane have just feasted, just absolutely feasted, and in a way like that was like even Hardwick said. He called the game last year. This is big brother versus little brother stuff. So, and by that I think it was pure domination, and it was Gold Coast. If you think Brisbane's going to do that again, then Gold Coast might not touch the ball. So I feel like this one's probably the close. I feel like Gold Coast are showing, this is our chance. If we can match it with Brisbane, maybe we are for real. So I feel like we'll see a bit more 50-50 game. The only thing would be worrying me if Brisbane do their dominancing against them like they have been. Hewland will be fine. He'll get heaps of ball down back. So
I think
we're smart leaving the Matty Rao types.
Yeah, Gold Coast only lost by less than 3 goals last time they played, and yeah, Gold Coast are trying to make top 8, and looks like they pretty much will, so they're going to put in a good show.
Yeah.
Ryan Lester for 10 posies. He's only had 3 misses all year. Had an actual proper stinker round 3 on Port, but Ryan Lester I've highlighted just because he always gets a lot of game time. His main focus is not to get the ball, but he just naturally gets it through Zorko switching the play or Andrews spoiling it and finding someone. So highlighted, but I haven't included.
They have dropped. Sorry, so what's his name? Jeb Walter's been dropped, I believe.
Yeah, they swung the axe a little bit for Gold Coast. But...
Yeah, so they swung a little bit of an axe. So who came back? They didn't, and they haven't replaced him with a key tool. So that could mean, like, I assume Harris Andrews will go to King, and Leicester might just get a little bit of freedom back there.
Well, he might go to Ben Long or something. Brian Lester does usually play more solid
perfect
defender.
Matchup for you, right? Ben Long. Yeah.
Speaking of other backline players, Darcy Wilmot, he's 1 cent away from a great price at $1.20, which I like. Very close to including in the bet. I just thought if I was to include a player like that, Fiorini just gets over the edge for me.
Wilmot has bounced back. So remember that there was that conversation we were having. Maybe Wilmot's lost that role that he's had, and well, look at the response.
Well, because Zorko's still doing what he does, and Fletcher's down there, so Wilmot can have it in him, but Fiorini, who hasn't missed
isn't it crazy we can get Wilmot in a 14 bracket now?
I know. That's there's a couple here in the 15. Bailey, Berry, Ashcroft, Rayner, and Wilmot as well. We just spoke about. Cam Rayner I've included because his last month and a half has been huge, but the problem is he is even more sporadic than Zach Bailey, so hence why I've included him. Berry, super consistent. Levi Ashcroft will play, I guess, more wing in this one. No Bruce Reville. I think Levi has every chance as well.
Yeah.
16, much of the same, but here we start to include Fiorini. Look, I've highlighted Joel Fletcher, but I should be getting him at this price in 15. So, yeah, I know he has stepped up, but I just don't know if I'm ready to quite take that. I think he's dropped a bit in price because of the Rioli factor. So, Joel Jeffrey, every chance. I just want to maybe see that 7 go to a 10 or something. So maybe in 2 weeks I'll reassess.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair.
Look at this. So you guys will probably get much better odds by the time this video is released. Oh, and they actually have all bumped up. Fuck.
Johnny Noble, fucking low.
Actually, I'm going to pause the video right here and just adjust these on the fly 1 sec. Sorry, guys. I just had to quickly update that on the fly because when I was doing this, I knew the odds would change because they were so shit. And I've already made my bet, but the odds have changed. So I've just quickly updated the 20 posi bracket onwards because there's a lot more players I would include now. So that's live, happening live. Boots on the ground. John Noble, Matt Rowell, I like at that price now.
Oh, that's much better than what we had 5 seconds ago. That looks good.
Oh, it is much better, actually. I've highlighted Flanders, but that was meant to be Dunkley.
The Dunks to go head-to-head with Rowell worries me a little bit. I like it more for Dunks than I like it for a Rowell.
Oh, yeah, true. I'll just quickly fly through these. John and I have to leave in an hour and a bit. So Will Ashcroft for 22. He's 2 cents away from $1.20, which I like. Zorko, I'm pretty sure he's only had 1 miss all year. I'm just going to look at that on the fly. And Anderson has gone into a price that I like for 25. Lines don't tag. Zorko has missed 2 times this year for 22. So I like Zorko. Goal scorers, Logan Morris. Yeah, sure. But again, I just think I'm genuinely off goal scorers for a while. So if you see anyone you like there, go for it. But anyone you want to mention, Jono?
Long, Ben Long.
That's actually not bad. And he's coming off a miss too. I like that.
Yeah.
Cool. Now, all good for the next one?
Yeah.
Nice. So game 5. We have Fremantle versus West Coast. We have the Q Clash, then the Derby. That's great.
This is feast for the eyes.
Yeah. So this will hopefully be a good one. And you guys can probably see this is already interesting. Look at this. The players I've included, 3 out of the 5 are coming off misses. And that's something you all should know that I'm pretty bullish on. And that's why I watch every game. You got to know if these are genuine misses or if the player just had a... Look, they missed by 1 posi or if they... You got to see if they changed positions or if they just had a stinker. So that can happen. Josh Tracy. So,
that was a weird one. Paddy Voss was the one that fucking destroyed Collingwood. And I just didn't... I was all day watching that game. I'm like, shit, Tracy hasn't got into this yet. I'm worried he's going to... at some point, I'm like, Tracy will pop up and he'll start to tear this game up. And he never did.
Yeah. And that is probably a reason why I like him for the week after. So he got 13...
He was 1 away off probably his worst game for the year.
Yep.
So.
Exactly. Yeah, and he got 13 versus West Coast last year. This is Freo versus West Coast we're talking about here, guys. So Freo are pushing for finals. West Coast are scraping by, like, wooden spoon territory. So I think your full forward is going to... Look, we're asking him to get one more posse than he did against Collingwood. So I think he's a great chance. And that 8 posse game was against St Kilda. So look, if he's missing...
he'll be fine.
Yeah, he's getting close. He's averaging 1.5 more than the bracket, but it's for 10. You got to remember that.
Probably my lock of the week.
Yeah, Josh Tracy to bounce back. I don't care if he's kicking goals and stuff. I think he's a good candidate to bounce back. Murphy Reed, we've already got 2 players that I don't usually bet on, but I've just got my eyes on Reed. Great young kid, rising star. Saw him in his first game against Geelong where he kicked 4 in 4 minutes or whatever it was. But he has had a great start to the year where, in contention for rising star, he's only missed 12 3 times, and this is his first year. And he is a small, high half forward. He provides an option, and last time he versed West Coast, he had his best game of the year, 19 posies. I think this is just a great game for a lot of Freo players, which you can probably see in the bet. Ryan Marrick is the only West Coast player, but he picks himself. He has been absolutely solid. Wing, obviously we know he's on the wing now, and I still think he's a great choice for that.
A big fat juicy cow.
Yep, he has been out cash cow this year. Bolton coming off a 14 posse game last week against Collingwood. I can definitely give him the out for missing by 1 posse against the top team. I think he can bounce back. Nathan O'Driscoll, he has only had 1 proper miss this year. That 12 posse game was against Bulldogs where he played, I think, just over half of it. And then he got taken off. He wasn't subbed. He just came off because he was a bit sore. And 13, like I said, against Collingwood. And now you got to remember there's no Matt Johnson this week, so he is really going to have a decent spot on the wing there against West Coast. I just think, this one I'm kind of happy with.
Yeah.
Easy. Moving down, Tyler Brockman I've highlighted. I wouldn't bet on him. He was 1-4 to start the year at one point, so
sub risk.
So yeah, I don't know enough about Tyler Brockman where I've watched. Whereas someone like Murphy Reed,
he's a delisting specialist in the end of the season, I think.
Anyway, I've highlighted just because he's averaging 3.6 more than 10 in his last 10 games. So again, it doesn't really matter how he's playing in this game. It just matters if he just gets shitty kicks or whatever. It doesn't matter. So someone to note. 12 posse bracket, Murphy Reed, who I've spoke about. Heath Chapman coming off a miss, but I probably don't know Heath Chapman's game as much.
Just a less of a ball user. He's more a defender than a ball user. Kind of like a Bodie Hewland.
Yeah, no, I recognize
can
him.
use the ball, but doesn't really. So.
Yeah, no, I can picture his face, but just, exactly what he's doing on the field. Unsure. Shai Bolton coming off a miss, but we can get him for 1 more posse.
I like Luke Jackson in this one.
I like Luke Jackson too, despite him playing with Darcy. So yes, his posses have gone down.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so I like him, and coming off 2 games with 13 posies, so just we need him 1 more. He's obviously not going to get 20 like we've expected him in the past, but I just think he's a good chance for 14.
Maybe a sneaky Sean Darcy sub out.
Did I say so? Oh, yeah, potentially.
Or a rest.
Yeah. Actually very likely against West Coast.
Like you don't need him.
And Sean Darcy has been, actually, just speaking of, he's been getting very low game time. So if I go to Sean Darcy of late, his time, oh my God. He's only had 2 games this year over 70% game time. He is in the 60 territory the last month. Yeah. So
it's literally do the center bounce, get the fuck off the ground.
Yeah. Jeez. All right. Anyway, so on to the we spoke about the 14. Let's move to the 15 and 16. Ryan Marrick picks himself. He was absolutely a jet in halfback, but since then he's played on the wing. He's still doing what we need him to do. So love that. Bolton. Spoke about no one else really. I'd mention Luke Jackson. I mean, you could highlight him if you're after 14.
If there's news of Sean Darcy coming out of the game, you fucking jump on that in a heartbeat. So
16, 18 posse bracket territory. Driscoll mentioned, Ryan Marrick, same deal. No one else I really like in those brackets.
Yeah, it's great. Luke Ryan, any other opponent, his name's first on the sheet, on the bet slip.
Oh yeah, that's a great pickup. Yeah, you're probably wondering, I've picked Luke Ryan for the last 2 months, but Luke Ryan, let's go down to him. He's $1.20. He's 10 out of 10, 4.5. Any other time I'd bet on him, but I've had multiple times this year. I think the only halfbacker that I've bet on to get their bracket was Lockie Ash. Albeit Lockie Ash had a stinker last night, but Lockie Ash has been very consistent. Luke Ryan, I just think he could just get a 17. I still think he can have a great game, but I don't want to barrack.
And Luke Ryan's not running around trying to get a handball. He wants a switch kick. And like if the ball's not there, they're not going to switch. So.
Exactly. So look, I still think he's a great chance. The stats just scream for him to be picked, but I just don't quite see it. I see this as being quite one-sided. Fremantle.
Don't get us wrong. Next week, he'll be back in the bet slip. I don't know who they're playing next week, actually.
Yeah, well, it doesn't really matter as long as it's not West Coast.
Yeah,
but that's why you can see that I've picked players like Sean Tracy and Murphy Reid. I'm way more bullish on them hitting their bracket than a backline player.
Yeah.
Liam Baker I've highlighted, who is actually, he was playing in the half back line, but he moved to the forward line 3 and 2 games ago, but then last week he actually went a bit on ball. So I like Baker, I like his chances, but I want to see him in the same position for 3 weeks.
To fix it, unfortunately, for him, for us, I guess, is that he will, wherever their West Coast are bleeding, they'll just put him there.
Yeah.
So if they can't get a ball in 50, I'll put him up forward. If we can't win a clearance, get him in the midfield. So
yeah, exactly. Great player, love him. Don't get me wrong, but I like players who I sort of know where they're going to play, or he's played every position on ground at this point. So
bar ruck.
Oh yeah, you never know. 20 posi bracket, Liam Duggan. Some of these odds might be updated, but I'm not going to go through them all. I just want to do the Q Clash one. So if any of these players here with like a 9 or an 8 have jumped up in price, I would strongly consider. Yeah, actually, I'm just having a look now. These prices are pretty much, some have changed, but nowhere near as drastic as the Gold Coast game. That's why I had to do that. I like Brayshaw for like 25, but he's 7 out of 10. He's not averaging as much more than the bracket than I'd like. Plus, Hayden Young is going to come in. Hayden Young is going to take some midfield minutes. Not much, admittedly, but it's just a risk that if I'm kind of on the edge of selecting Brayshaw, just that Hayden Young factor just put me off, even though I think Freo are going to pop off.
Yep.
Yeah, anyone in the high brackets that you want to speak of?
I think that's like you summed it up pretty well. Like Hayden Young, I expect Hayden Young will start the game this week.
Yeah, he had a sub thing last week. Just ease him into it. He'll probably play a
60 to 70% game time, but it'll be a little bit of more midfield, I think, this time. So,
but if you're playing for finals and getting ready to do that in a month's time, this is the game you ease a star into it. Yeah. So, yeah, Jordan Clark also I would pick any other time, but same deal as Luke Ryan. I just don't see it in the back line. And he does move up the ground a lot. I probably would like Clark more than Luke Ryan, but that being said, it's just not enough. I would rather go Liam Duggan. Liam Duggan has been taking a lot of kickouts, but also kind of like the Liam Baker factor. Liam Duggan, yes, he's played halfback for like 80% of the year, but he's also had to move on ball and kind of help out and play a little bit of a tagging role. So I just, the only players from West Coast I like are Ryan Marrick. That's it. Yep. Goal scorers, Murphy Reid had 2 misses. Otherwise,
unfortunately, Paddy Voss, they've killed my boy.
I know he's gone kicked. What was it? 4 goals last week.
Yeah, we had a nice thing going, Paddy. And you go and kick fucking 6 against the Pies and ruin it.
So, yeah, now Jono hates him.
Yeah. Oh no, I still love Paddy Voss, but
anyway,
I'll be still cheering for Paddy Voss. But unfortunately, he's not in a world where we're picking him for 2. So.
No. I like Josh Tracy. I like all of them for a chance to kick 2, but they all have just not been consistent enough. And I like consistency than spark.
Yeah, and okay, are they all going to kick 2? No fucking way. So, and you're really rolling the dice on which one will do it.
Yeah, you'd think it'd be Tracy.
I'd be backing, if I had to pick one for 2, I'd be more Tracy just as a response game, I think.
Yep, so I feel the exact same way. Move on to the next one.
Sure.
Yeah, nice. So let's go to game 6, which is North Melbourne versus Geelong. This one, so Jono is seeing these bets as they happen, as they appear on my screen. Oh, fuck, I bet I chucked in Ollie Dempsey instead of Tom Atkins. Oh, anyway, I'll adjust that. Just 1 second. All right, I'm recording. So Jono just said Jezza, question mark. I'm going Jeremy Cameron because I am very bullish on him. Give me 1 second to pause and add something else. Jono, don't say a word. All right, so I've just told Jono not to look or do anything. I've just included this. This is Jeremy Cameron's stats for 14 posies in all the teams he's played this year. So if you look at this, Jeremy Cameron has missed against the top sides, Collingwood and Brisbane. He missed against GWS. He missed against Gold Coast, and Gold Coast have a game in hand. They should be sitting 7th or 6th or thereabouts. And look at all his performances against the bottom teams. All hitting. What do you think is going to happen in that North Melbourne game there? That one miss down there. Is that going to be a green 14 or is that going to be a cross? Because the way this is trending, it's going to be green down there.
Yeah, okay. You backed it up with stats.
I have backed up with stats. I'm not just pulling that out of my ass. So trust me, I have thought about this. I think Geelong will have a great game at Marvel. And I'm hoping that it's twisted the arm for a lot of you guys because I rarely swing from these stats that I provide here. You see he's 7 out of 10, right? So the first half of the stats is fantastic. It's just the recent form where he's going hit, miss, hit, miss, hit, miss, and he's having a couple of stinkers. But those stinkers are against good teams. So I really think Jeremy Cameron has every chance for 14 against North Melbourne.
Okay.
So I got that off my chest. Anyway, Ollie Dempsey, we're asking for 14, 9 out of 10. He's having a great year. He's averaging 3.5 more than his bracket in a 14 posi, so I think that's fine. Jai Simpkin has had one miss all year, and it was against Fremantle. Otherwise, he's hit 16 in every other game but one. Bailey Smith, he is coming off his first miss of the year.
Yeah, I think I didn't first miss, and it was only by 2, and it was probably his worst game. So yeah.
So admittedly, he could have missed more because he got a bunch of footy late in the last 5 minutes, and then he was on the bench for the last 5 minutes too. So he could have actually hit. Bailey Smith against North, no Will Phillips, no worry of a tagger. Bailey Smith is going to try and make a push for the Brownlow. I don't think he's going to win at this point, but I think he's all due for a 3-vote game.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Anyway, so glad I got you over the line with the Cameron. That's the one I was saying was...
We'll see. We'll
see. So we'll see.
That stats was good, though.
No, thank you. No one in the 10. There's Tyson Stengel in the 12, and it's similar to the Freo...
I'm going to throw up on myself, James, if we bet on Tyson.
He's 8 out of 10. I'm highlighting because I think a small forward against a game that is going to be relatively one-sided. Because you got to remember, this year, the top 9 are pretty much set. The bottom 9, there was some stat, I think, on Fireball where Kingy said, like, when the top 9 versus the bottom 9, out of all the games this year, there's only been like 6 times where the bottom 9 has beaten the top 9 side. It is very cut and dry this year. So Geelong should pump North. Freo should pump West Coast. Hence why I've gone some of those. I'm thinking about the game result here as well with these bets.
I'll throw up on myself.
It's hard to convince Jono sometimes.
We can't put... I'll let you have Cameron. I know fantasy you haven't gone single, but we're not having both.
No, yeah, I have some logic to it as well. But so the point was Jeremy Cameron. I didn't even mention it. So right, 14. He's $1.75, and he's 7 out of 10.
That does change it a bit, doesn't it?
So right now, I only have to have 4 players total. Like I don't have to go chase anything. And as you'll see, there's not that many other options. So
yeah,
into the 14 bracket, Ollie Dempsey I've spoke about. Great on the wing. Forward doesn't really matter. He's good. Jeremy Cameron, I've just literally given you the spiel. But there it is.
I think Mana's something we look in future weeks as well. Again, he's starting to look at that. He's starting to get that form back.
Exactly. I was great pickup. I was about to say the same thing. Someone who we were worried about originally. He's averaging 20 in his last 3 games. So Sean Mana, I think someone to consider going forward. Jai Simpkin had the 1 miss all year against Freo in Perth. Otherwise, 9 out of 10. $1.24. Yep. So I was a little annoyed because I think when I was thinking about this, I was going to include Tom Atkins. He's only had 1 miss and it was by 1 posi. Tom Atkins is your player who's not sexy like Bailey Smith or flashy as Holmes. He does what he needs to do. He's getting a lot of CBAs. He's around the ball, tackling machine. You just know what you're going to expect from Atkins. So I like that against North. 18 and 20 posi bracket. Not much here to pick from at all. I'm not going Tom Stewart's because he is made of straw or glass, whatever you want. He's just going to fumble. Luke Parker, not enough value. In the 20 posi bracket, Grind Myers, we've got him in the past for much better odds. I'm not paying $1 there. Yeah, exactly.
22 though.
I've highlighted him for 22. It's very doable. And again, it's against North. I really like, but the players I've selected have got a better plus minus. So Grind Myers is averaging 2.2 more than the bracket we're asking. And if we, just scroll back to Ollie Dempsey's averaging 3.4 more in a much lower bracket. So that wins it for me. Anyone else you want to speak about in the higher end?
No, not really. Like LDU is every bit to just depend. Like this game could go really one-sided. And if it does, I don't like North Melbourne mids too. Like I don't like an LDU in this type of matchup
Yeah,
if it's a one-sided game.
Ever since
So-
that West Coast game we got 18, I've just been put
Yeah.
off by LDU, and he's averaging just a little bit over 25 too.
Because this stinks to me of like a Geelong put fucking 50 on him in the first like quarter and a half, and LDU's on like one touch.
I feel the same.
And then David King's in the fucking thing roasting him. Like,
Yeah, or David King will be like, just fucking Caleb Daniel can't kick. I don't know if you guys know, he roasts Caleb Daniel all the time.
well, that's yeah. There's no value in Caleb.
Oh yeah, good. So yeah, he's $1.10. That's 22. Look at him for 20. He's $1.02. I had a little note off screen. I said, "Rip my boy." I'm like, I've bet on Caleb.
Rip my ass.
I was like, Caleb Daniel. I think he is up there in the most betted players I've done this year. Always over $1.20. $1.02. That it's sad day, guys.
Killed him.
So anyway, he's no value in 20, no value 22, and look, I've been tempted for 25 in the past, but we found him at a sweet spot. There's no point just trying to raise his expectations when he's averaging like bang on 25. Don't need it.
Yep.
Holmes, I like too. We got him on the bounce back game. Yes, I still think he'll have a good game, and I think he's every chance to hit. But for me, I think the time to bet on him was last week. But that being said, he's had a great stint of late. Colby McKercher, look, I could highlight. I've never been that bullish on McKercher, but 25 is a lot to ask from him. But he's hit recently, and I don't know. Maybe one day he'll grow on me, but Colby McKercher's a good chance. Goal scorers. I've been bullish about Jeremy Cameron for posies. I've also done the little stat. I'll do this on the fly, actually. I'll just update this. I've done the exact same thing for 3 goals. So if I swap it over to goals, 3+, it's not as... Look, if he had some against St Kilda and Melbourne, I would have the exact same bullish ability that I think he'd kick 3, but the trend isn't quite there. So that's why I've gone Jeremy Cameron.
The danger factor worries me. Yeah, Danger's been clogging that forward line up. So.
Yeah, so I think Jeremy Cameron is a great thing to get up the ground, get a goal. Look, you're probably better off betting on like a Dempsey or a Zerha. I wouldn't, but the option's there.
Yep.
Move on to the next one.
Sure.
Nice. Game 7. So this is the last one of Saturday. We have the showdown, Adelaide versus Port. This one I really like. Look at all those 9 out of 10s, 10 out of 10s. We have Wayne Miller for 14, Worrell, Peatling for 16, Ollie Wines for 20, and Connor for 25. So Connor, you all probably saw, he... was it his finger? Because it said hand injury, but I'm pretty sure it was
had a fracture and they just repaired it.
Oh, it was a fracture. So
yeah, but he had surgery and then it's all good now.
Oh, shit. I thought it... Yeah. Okay,
he'll play with some sort of glove today, I imagine.
Okay, I hope he's all good, but he's been...
fine.
Okay, he's been fantastic, and I'm not counting that 15 posse game against West Coast last week because, he was injured, but he's had 2 misses all year. He's been fantastic off the halfback.
He was best on in the showdown earlier this year.
Yeah, in the showdown early this year, 32 posies. So I really like Connor Rosie for 25. Yeah. Sort of backtracking, Ollie Wines.
Only thing would be because he killed them. Even though Adelaide won, I'm pretty sure he killed them last time. I imagine that.
Yeah, you're right. Adelaide did win.
They might try and put a Neil Bullen to him or a Keys to him, but
no, I think Adelaide are very good at the moment. Yeah, Porter. But you never know.
Yeah, I still think he'll get, if he starts half back, he'll get attention. And then I think, like we've seen at the start of the year, when he started half back and he's got a tagger on him, it's not like Ken doesn't let Connor sit there. He just immediately chucks him in the midfield. So
yeah. No, I like that. Ollie Wines. This is very interesting. Ollie Wines hasn't missed all year if you take out his injury game in round 6 against Sydney. So Ollie Wines has hit 20 every game he's played fully.
No Hornet.
No Hornet. I think that is like one of my locks of the week. Ollie Wines hasn't missed all year. $1.20, 10 out of 10. It's 20 posies. We're not even asking 22 or 25. It's 20.
Yeah.
Peatling, we got him on the bounce back, 21 posies. I love getting a player off a bounce back. So I really like him in the mid. Rankin's out of the mid a bit more because he's obviously having to fill the Saligo role. So Peatling, watched him all year. I was very confident he would bounce back. And Peatling's CBAs were actually at an all-time high last week at 68%. So he's never... Actually, no, he has had one game, 75%. And that was in the showdown.
Bang.
That was in the showdown. Bang. So I think Peatling's CBA minute's going to be very high. Josh Worrell, probably one of the defenders of the year. Or he's like one of the most improved players of the year period as well. He's only had 2 misses for 16, and they've both been 15 posies. Like it.
Nice.
And Wayne Miller has had a great run, a little bit quiet to start the year, but when someone's averaging 5 more in a low bracket, that is great.
Yeah.
Anyone you want to... Oh, there's no one to speak about. Jono, I'll throw you to the 10 and 12 posie bracket.
Pure garbage this week, boys. So load up on Burden and Dirk Thatcher. Looks like a good pick. No.
Oh, yeah. Zerk actually had a really good game last week, but he got...
Do not you dare.
No, I'm not going to highlight. No one in the...
Muckman this week. Nah, nothing really that exciting there. So, Jordan Sweet, what did he put in the best game of all time last week, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, he got 200 Supercoach. Where is he? Sweet.
He got 22 touches.
I can't even see him.
You haven't even included him.
No.
James, he had the best game of all time.
Yeah, barely saw him out there in the rain.
Yeah, so don't worry about that. Nothing in the rucks. Rankin, yeah, don't mind ranks.
So, yeah, I've highlighted Rankin, but you've just got to remember going in, this is his form of late, because that's where his CBA...
forward, no Rochelle.
Yep, exactly. So, the thing is... All right, so I'm going to just quickly jump to it. I'm going to come back. Isaac Rankin, this, again, looks flattering as on paper, but he is not really averaging 4.3 over his bracket.
He's got let's just look at his last 3 games.
Exactly. Look at his last 3. He's averaging like 1 and a bit over his last bracket. So his price should actually be a lot more than what it is right now. So you should be getting that in the 14 posi bracket, in my opinion.
Yep.
Speaking of back to the 14, Willem Drew could price, but you could ask just for one more. Wayne Miller spoke about Berry. He's probably been, I don't know. I'm not that bullish on Berry, but for 14 for a midfielder, still well no Matt Crouch, like come on.
Yeah.
Berry lift. 14 and 16 posi bracket. Anyone you want to speak to?
Yeah, this one here, not really. Worrell, probably just a bit short. We love Worrell. We always bet Worrell.
Well, Worrell and Peatling are like 2 cents away from being a good price, but I like them so much, I'm happy to go to the 16.
Honestly, I like Worrell for 16.
Yeah.
A lot still, too. So.
Yeah. Rankin, a Boak I've highlighted. Like, I can't believe the old guy's still doing it. Showdown, I like. Burgoyne.
He was shit last week.
Oh, wait, he got 15. Oh, which is bang on. Yeah, actually, I don't even know if I'd highlight Burgoyne.
Yeah.
Sorry, Boak. Burgoyne I would highlight. He played a lot of halfback, but with Connor back, he'll likely be on the wing. But like I said with Fletcher, if I think there's a role change, will I think they'll hit it in their worst position? Yes. I think Burgoyne will hit on the wing, but he shouldn't be this price. Burgoyne should be $1.26 or something. He should
start back, I think.
I think he'll still start back, even with...
Well, especially because, okay, I'm just going back to the Bergman. The first time we ever considered Bergman as a legit player this year or a midfielder, he tagged the fuck out of Dawson, right? And destroyed him. That's going to start of the game. Bergman's going to be on Dawson in the midfield. I think they'll need Burgoyne in the back line.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, that's a good point. But yeah, I don't like betting someone after one of their better games.
No.
So Drew, we've all spoken about these guys. 16 plus. Jake Saligo, he's only had 2 misses now, 15. I like him playing around the ball. Very consistent.
A little nugget in there. He just goes to work.
Not very sporadic. He'll go from 15 posies to like low 20s. So you know what you're getting from Saligo.
Yep.
Worrell Peatling, we're bullish on. Isaac
got a high floor, Saligo.
Yeah, that's a good way to say it. Yeah, he's got a high floor. I like that. Rankin, if that got to like $1.90, I'd consider, but he shouldn't be $1.44.
Maybe against, not in a showdown. Showdown worries me. So.
Yeah, surely they have a bit of attention to him. Here we go. We can see the 18 to... Oh, we can see like the 18 to the 30 posi bracket in one screenshot. Oh, look at that.
It's all pure garbage.
There's a couple like... Look, I would go Worrell. In the 20 bracket, Wines, Dawson, Laird, I'm all keen on. Dawson has a low ceiling. So, yes, I think he's probably had 30 plus games in the past, but he averages around the low 20s, whereas someone like Wines and Laird... Well, Wines is averaging 25 over, and Laird is averaging like 3.4. So
where did Dawson get in the showdown last time when he got tagged?
Let me have a look, but that was, where Bergman was on him. He port 14 posies. Concerning.
So that was at that game at the start of his 10-game bracket.
Oh, yeah, good pick up. Yeah, it's still there. Yeah. So that 14 could come all the way back to here.
Yeah, fuck.
Anyway, something to consider, and that's why we haven't included him. 22, Ollie Wines. I'm bullish on him for 20. 22. So I said he hadn't missed 20 all year. He has not missed 22 all year.
Well, let's not get. That's the thing. It's always yes, you can take a guy at higher odds, or do you just want to save a bet? It's 6 cents, is it, or 16 cents? Oh, okay.
16. So
Something
it
to
is
consider.
like that rate. You would probably take like Wayne Miller out and replace Wines
Yeah,
with 22.
you could just take one out and double up on Wines anyway.
Exactly. So I mean, probably in hindsight, that is a good thing because you're taking a whole player out and you're asking one player to just get 2 more. So
yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't include it on top of, but yeah, as we're just saying. Zach Butters, every chance to hit. So again, another little bathwater moment. I thought Hawthorn haven't tagged since they played GWS in that windy game in Tasmania earlier in the year. Where did they play last week?
They busted it out.
Tasmania in a windy game. And Zach Butters is their only good player. There's no Hornet. There's no Connor. I was like, I think Butters is going to get tagged. I fucking was drinking nothing but bathwater all that day. And yeah,
I like Butters to bounce back though in a showdown.
That's exactly it. I agree with Jono. I think he's going to bounce back. Adelaide don't have a tagger, they don't have a tagger this year. So Zach Butters,
not a genuine tagger. Only they sometimes their half forwards do a defensive role in a back.
Exactly, like Keys might do something or
Bullen.
That's what I was thinking of. But yeah, Butters I like.
Yeah.
Goal scorers, there's a couple of options. Oh, actually, there's fucking no options. I was just bullish in my head about Georgiades, but it's because it's Port versus Adelaide, one of the top teams, so I don't think... He's kicked 2 in his last month, right? So the stats are kind of there, but yeah. Move on to the next one?
Sure thing, mate.
Awesome. So we have our first game for the Sunday, game 8, Richmond-Collingwood. So here we go. So I have...
Cash cow has returned.
Yeah, Nathan Broad. Fuck yeah. Come here, you good thing.
We've gone, Nick for 30.
We've gone Nick for 30. So there weren't many options in this one. Nick Dacos has his fingertips on the Brownlow. You know what would make him grab that Brownlow? This game. Nick Dacos, yes, he's been slight injury concerns, but if you are going to rest players, in my opinion, like Johnny might think differently, I think it's going to be some of the older ones, like maybe you sub a Crisp, I've included Pendlebury, so I kind of shot myself in the foot there.
No, Pendlebury got subbed 2 weeks ago.
Oh, you're right, in that Gold Coast game. Yeah.
He's fine.
Yeah, so anyway, I think it might be some of those guys who need the rest. I think Nick Dacos has fun with these guys. And so that 6 out of 10 might look a little scary. When you look at his last 2 months, he is 6 out of 8, which is a lot better.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and
I did like the experiment. If he does start that halfback, I do like it a bit.
I like it more if he's in the mid. I know he got a lot in the
No, but I like the mix up because in the halfback you can quickly get like fucking 6-7 touches very quickly.
Yeah,
and he gets kick-ins.
Well, I'm really hoping.
No, I like the 50-50.
Okay, well, I hope he's in the midfield because against Richmond.
I know, but I like 50-50. I think he gets more ball.
Okay. Yeah. Well, and the 19 Posse game was a tag game. I can't remember who it was off the top.
It might have been the Ed Langdon game.
Oh, that's a good memory. The Queen's birthday. You were right. It is against Ed Langdon. So if you look at his last 2 months and you exclude a hard tag.
The 26 was the ankle injury against Gold Coast. And
I've got the Brisbane knowledge. You got the Collingwood knowledge.
But he had to go back and then he had to go forward and then Josh had to take over in that game.
So just like Jeremy Cameron, there are stats to back this up. I'm not just going with the colours that you see here on screen.
Yeah, North Melbourne earlier this year, that's the 38, or was it?
North Melbourne, he got 38. Dude, you have such a good fucking memory on the Collingwood ones here.
Yeah, and that one, he struggled to get going, and then the last quarter, I think he had 18 touches in the third quarter or something stupid like that. So
yeah, so I rate Dacos. This, to me, is his Brownlow game. I think this gets him across the line and just makes it a certainty. That's my take.
I think it's the first time this year we've bet a guy for 30.
No,
we did Jack McRae. We definitely did Jack McRae.
Oh, maybe early in the year. Yeah, okay. Anyway, Nick we do it rarely, right? So we very rarely take 30. Actually, I feel like I've done Nick Dacos once before too. Anyway, Pendlebury, as reliant as they come, or consistent as they come, he has had, if you take out his sub games, he has had he's had one miss all year, and it was against GWS.
He's our best genuine, inside midfielder right now. Nick's obviously an outsider, but Pendlebury's genuinely we don't have, Ned Long's doing his best and stuff, but Pendlebury comes in, we just changes everything up a bit for us.
Yeah.
So.
No, so I like Pendlebury there. Sam Banks, I was a little bit worried when Jaden Short came in,
Nah,
but
doesn't matter.
does not.
Yeah. They're the only Nank. I don't think I like Nank against Darcy Cameron. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you'll see when we go down the options. There's not many. And Nathan Broad, we've had him for the last 2 weeks, and he's hit 10 out of 10. He's averaging 3.3 more for 12 posies. That is very big. And where's the ball going to be when it's first on the ladder versus 18th or 17th? In Richmond's backline.
Yep.
So let's go down. There's no one here from the 10 posi bracket. I was almost going to highlight Ben Minner, but then I could hear Jono yelling at me. So for $1.18, no.
No, fucking right.
Nathan Broad, though, I do like. I just think he's just extra level.
Schultz is interesting.
Yeah, I've highlighted Schultz there for 12. So Jono got me looking at Schultz earlier in the year. Schultz has had just a rough year just because he's had injuries and stuff.
And Bo's out.
And Bo McCreary's out. So he had a genuine miss last week and the week before, a 10 and a 10. But he had an injury game against Fremantle where he got 10. So you could kind of exclude this one. And the one down here, this 10, was against GWS where Collingwood just got pantsed. And that was the very second game of the year, round 0.
Yeah, his early season form was very good.
Yeah. So. And I do like Lockie Schultz. So these ones I'm highlighting, actual games, good ones. This one you could exclude because of the injury, and these two are genuine misses. So the point is, I like someone to bounce back. $1.44, it's pretty good.
Against Richmond too.
Against Richmond. Onto the 14 and 15. Nank I've highlighted, but you were just kind of saying it before. Like, I don't know how I would go for these ruckmen. Nank doesn't average a lot more than the bracket. Nank is kind of like a one-off.
Nank's the guy you go when he's got a Gold Ear or West Coast, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Not against one of the top 3-4 ruckmen. Yep. 14 posi, Jack Ross I've highlighted. Look, I could highlight Darcy Cameron, but he's just not got good value. He could go up before the game, but there's no Mason Cox, so he's going to have a lot of time around the ball.
Yep.
Jack Ross is a bit too sporadic, but his last month has changed my opinion. I just haven't picked him. 15 and 16, we have Jack Crisp, Lipinski coming off a miss, Cameron Ross, similar candidates. But yeah, Lipinski, he's probably Collingwood's best inside 50 kick. I think they need him. I think Collingwood have a lot of footy, a lot of entries. He's the guy. Jack Crisp on the wing, same deal. Should be a good chance to touch it, but just not as good odds.
Yeah.
18 to 22, Sam Banks, great since Jaden Short. Jaden Short is the one who's kind of hitting and missing. Vlosten is also not super consistent, but Sam Banks, 10 out, like, you just cannot ignore him. Look at his odds. He's doing nothing different. Like him in the back line there. Pendles, we spoke about, super consistent. Banks, similar candidates. Unfortunately, there's not many others to pick. Like, I could highlight Hopper here. I do like Hopper, and I do like Taranto. I should have highlighted them.
This could be a midfield feast game, though, where they just don't touch it. Maybe, so yeah.
Potentially. Collingwood, the only thing is, obviously, Dacos is just a star. But apart from Dacos, actually, Josh Dacos has been in the midfield. Yeah, okay, so...
Josh for 25.
Yeah.
Dan Houston's back, though.
Dan Houston is back, but I
think
maybe...
Which has not impacted him this year.
No, but I think the experiment of Josh Dacos still kind of being in the middle will follow on a little bit more, do you think? Because Josh Dacos...
I think today we'll see 50-50.
Yeah, okay. He did have 22 last week against Freo, but I think this is a game
once the game was sort of on the balance, they went, fuck that, put him back in the back line, get Nick back on ball. Yep. I feel like today, this is a game where McRae's going to try some things, I think.
I think so too. And Nick Dacos, the little champion, picks himself. Goal scorers, I wouldn't go any of the bona fide ones.
Don't like Jamie for 2 at that price, no. So
yeah,
Schultzy.
Yeah, Schultzy I like, and Dacos just because I think he's just going to have an absolute fucking huge game. But
I think Schultz definitely gets 2 set shots at goal.
Oh yeah, actually, you reminded me. I had a little note here. Has had a scoring shot in every game this year. So Schultz has had. Even though he's kicked 0 goals in these ones, he's had scoring shots. And I love that for someone who's always having a shot at goal. All right, we're making good time. This is good. John and I have to leave in like half an hour. And so we're going to go through game 9 and then we're going to do our locks. But you can see here, game 9, we haven't bet it because I don't have the same game multi things. Wait till you can get it covered from a bonus bet. Yep. But this is what we'll do at this stage where we have Callum Wilkie, Rowan Marsh.
Let's fly through this poop factor one.
Harvey Langford for 16, Viney for 18, and Wanganeen Miller for 25. So I think this one is Callum Wilkie. Look, we'll probably have to play as just a little bit of lockdown, but I mean, who's
But on
Melbourne's
who?
Exactly? Who's Melbourne's key forward? I mean, Van
like he's
Ruiten.
not going to respect any of them. He played, he
Yep.
respected Jeremy Cameron, obviously, but he's not going to respect any of them.
Exactly. Yeah, and against Jeremy Cameron, he's still got 16. So I think
Yeah.
I think this is great for Wilkie. Rowan Marshall, I just thought about a little bit. He's going up against Max Gawn, obviously, but Rowan Marshall has been in great form, and a 17 was a quiet game by his stand. Well, against Reece Stanley. So I just think, I know he didn't miss, but I think he can have a better game against Max Gawn. As weird as that sounds, I think he can actually sort of step up, because I thought he was going to step up against a shit ruckman, but he didn't. So I think he'll have a better game against Max Gawn. Harvey Langford getting a lot of it there around the ball on the wing. Fantastic. Viney, this is probably the first time ever I've seen Viney for $1.22 for 18 plus, and he's only had one miss all year. Wanganeen Miller, I'm having a quick look now. Wanganeen Miller, he has been up there as one of our candidates this year for the most bet on. He's only had 2 misses for 25. Both were against tagging teams. He's missed against Sydney and GWS. They are arguably the top 2
Could be a candidate for the Ed Langdon tag.
Oh, yeah. So, but Melbourne have pulled out a couple of taggers. It's been Ed Langdon for 1 game, I think, against Dacos, maybe 2. It's been, who's the guy that got concussed last week or 2 weeks ago by Cherry?
He's out.
Yeah, he's out. There was also someone else who tagged. Oliver did for a bit.
Trent Rivers is tagged, but he's a half backer. So
yeah, so anyway, I
think Ed, if they do it, it'll be Ed. So
that could be very interesting. Anyway, I like Wanganeen Miller. Even when the top taggers have been on him, he's got 24 posies. So Ed Langdon's got to fucking really just smother him. But I think Wanganeen... Oh, and plus, obviously, you guys saw the Geelong game. He's playing like all midfield and stuff now.
Yeah.
So, God, he's looking so good.
Yep.
Quickly fly through. No one in the 10 posi bracket that I like. 12... Same thing. I paused it a little bit just so you guys can see. No one I really want to talk about. 14 posi bracket. Tom McDonald.
I can't believe people are jumping on Tom McDonald. Like he should be a 12 bracket person, and now he's on 14.
Exactly. We got him for like $1.20 last week in the 12 posi. The only reason I can see he's gone down.
Stephen May.
Exactly. So Tom McDonald has gone
but
down.
But that doesn't. Stephen May not being there doesn't make me like love Tom.
Yeah, so
much more.
Look, yeah, we had good rationale for Tom McDonald. He hadn't missed 12 all year. But 14 posi bracket might be a different story. I think he's every chance. So don't get me wrong of highlighting him. I think he's a good chance, but there's better options that I'd pick from.
Yep.
Going down. Gawn, I'd like, but he's just not quite there.
Not quite enough.
Yeah,
Yep.
Callum Wilkie. Ron Marshall, I think he can have a good game. Ryan Burns, he came back last week. I wanted to see how he went. He got 17 against Geelong in Geelong, so I like that from Burns. Might just have 1 or 2 more games before I select him again, but we got him at a great price earlier in the year. So when I see that $1.33, I think it should be more.
Yep.
And Tom McDonald, stats don't lie, 8 out of 10, but he's just averaging that. So do that if you want.
Yep.
16 and 18 in the one window. Harvey Langford spoke about on the ball. These are all the same candidates. We're going to race through this. Here we go. Different candidate. Jake Bowie. So he had 2 before this, right? So I like Bowie. I watched him a lot. Bowie had 2 proper misses of 17 posi games, right? And then the 16 posi game against North Melbourne, that could have easily been a 14 posi game. He got 2 posis late. But also, just remember, sometimes these halfbackers don't get a lot of it against bottom teams. His lower posi games have been against North, Sydney, St Kilda, and West Coast. And you got to remember, the Sydney game was like three months ago when Sydney were shit and down the bottom of the ladder. So Sydney have stepped up a bit.
The Stephen May one. Stephen May didn't play that. Remember we watched that and we're like, without Stephen May loves a sideways pass. Tom McDonald does not.
That is another great pickup. That was West.
I would be steering clear of Bowie in this game. So.
Oh, because of that Stephen May. That's a good point. So I'm bullish on Bowie, but you're right. That 16 posi is when no Stephen May was in the side.
Yeah, and I just think it's Jake Lever and McDonald. Lever's obviously can use the ball a bit better, but like I feel like anytime we expect McDonald to get a little bit more of it. When he gets it, it's just fucking heave it out of there. So
yeah, I like Bowie, but Jono brings up a good point that
he will get so many. Well, that's the thing. It was like the North Melbourne game. We expect him to get all these kick-ins, but yeah, Lever's there. Lever can kick in too.
Exactly, and it's against the bottom team. Maybe if it was against us.
And the other thing, just like Lever's kind of like not playing for his career, but he's been dropped lately and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
I feel like Lever might play a bit of hero ball here today and be like, I'm taking the fuck off Bowie, I'm kicking in. Like,
Yeah,
shit,
actually. Wait, is Lever...
Is he even playing? Maybe not.
I'm having a look. No, Lever's not on the side.
There we go. Fuck. See, shows my footy knowledge on the tipping show, doesn't it, guys?
No, you're right. Just find out.
Well, then, yeah, he'll be kicking in, and Salem. But I really like Salem in that factor too. So.
Oh yeah, true. Someone mentioned Salem as well in the comments. Yeah, Salem's every chance. I do like Bowie a little bit more. What's he just for a lower bracket?
Yeah, I think it's unwanted risk going Bowie today.
Nothing for 16, and then I just don't quite feel him enough for 18. And it's the same problem with Bowie. If these odds change before the game, go for it. But yeah, Jake Bowie will probably take the most kick out.
And Tom McDonald doesn't love a handball off the mark. He doesn't like to do that.
I don't know if you saw Tom McDonald hit some pretty good kicks last game. The blaster.
Yeah, and they're probably 60-meter bombs. Like
no, they were actually good kicks. Anyway, 20 plus. So Clayton Oliver, good chance. It doesn't matter if he's ineffective or shitty kicks or whatever. He's one game off being 9 out of 10. So I do like. Jack Steele has hit some really good form in his last month, but just again, I kind of like someone who's at least 3 or more once we start getting to the 20 plus range.
Yep.
Petrarca, right. Sinclair, like both of them. Oh, you know what? I really like Petrarca. I'm surprised I didn't include him. Jack Sinclair, he had a really good bounce back game against Geelong. I think it helped that Wanganeen Miller was up in the midfield a lot more because Sinclair's month before that was teetering on 22 posies. So with Wanganeen Miller making some space, I really like Sinclair. So again, if there's a change, because this bet isn't locked in, it's my only bet not locked in, I might do a post in the comment section below. So here's a good time to listen to the comment section. I could easily swap out Sinclair for Marshall or Wilkie or Viney. I don't know, some of them.
Yep.
And Wanganeen Miller I spoke about, I think he's great. Petrarca, every chance to hit. And here is the goal scorers. I like Pickett for 2. He's one game off being 8 out of 10. And against North Melbourne, I think he's playing in some great form recently, and against one of the bottom 3 sides, every chance to kick 2.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to quickly go through the locks. Jono has to bounce. He has to bounce quicker before me, but we will see you guys, or Jono and I will see you guys the following week. So safe betting. And
Nathan Broad is my lock of the week, guys. Just keep that in mind.
Nice. Thanks, Jono. I'll talk to you next week. Peace.